Halo Infinite Season 2's been officially announced, and over the past couple of days, we have some more leaks suggesting things we're getting during Season 2 that Halo haven't officially talked about yet, but this is kind of a turning point for Halo. A lot of people are convinced that Season 2 is not going to save the game. It's going to do virtually nothing for Infinite's overall health and life of the game, but some people are on board saying that Halo Infinite's going to have a resurgence as a result of Season 2. I'm sure you guys saw the Lone Wolves trailer that Halo put out, and I'm hoping that somehow this is able to spark some life back into Halo, because I'm not gonna lie, the player counts have been looking pretty grim recently, even to the point where the MCC actually surpassed it in concurrent players. Now, it's not beating it in average, and obviously this can be a cherry-picked stat, but it is, I guess, worth talking about or mentioning. But is Season 2 really capable of saving the game? This is the question we're gonna be trying to figure out today. Drop a like on the video if you guys don't mind, subscribe if you're brand new to the channel for more content, and I want to quickly thank today's sponsor of the video. This video is sponsored by The Great War Rivals. This is a free-to-play game that offers exciting competitive gameplay in which you scout enemies, recruit heroes, and battle your opponents. It's an incredibly social game as well. You can exchange resources with allies and assist one another. There's also massive language support in 10 different languages as well. You guys can download the game for free using the link in the description and get started on The Great War Rivals today. Make sure to go check them out, and thank you very much to them for sponsoring today's video. I do think Season 2 has the potential to bring back not only the player count of Infinite, but also a lot of community morale. Over the past couple days, 343 has been responding to, criticism and people in the community, and they've said that, yeah, we know that the community is frankly out of patience and that words simply aren't enough. And I feel this. It's one of those things where players are tired of just hearing words from 343. They want action. We want to see content in the game, and in a lot of ways, Season 2 will be delivering that, because we had, I guess, what they initially dropped as the roadmap that was significantly more underwhelming than it could have been. But now, given the things we know that they've announced officially, plus some leaks, Season 2 looks a lot more substantial than it first appeared. But I think they just released it or conveyed the information quite awkwardly. So we've already talked about the situation at 343 and how a lot of the lead developers have already left the studio, and where their focus is going to be after the launch of Season 2. They say that they're going to be focusing primarily on quality of life fixes as soon as Season 2 content does release. So that being said, I guess a lot of the technical issues that people are experiencing with the game, and not on the content front, but the other side of the problem, I would say, is being addressed. Of course, we have the two new maps that are coming to the game. These are some actually data mined screenshots of the maps. We have a big team battle one and just a typical arena map coming, so that's good to see. But I guess we're actually getting maybe a few new maps during Season 2 that we haven't even heard about. So there is an unreleased map. I believe this is called Frigate, and of course this is still under development. Obviously this isn't done yet, but it looks like they're going to be dropping more content that isn't already announced during Season 2. And the reason I say that is because they have a lot of big plans that they haven't currently talked about for mid-Season 2. And the reason I'm saying that is because the wait between launch in Season 1 was about 6 months, and obviously after that we kind of assumed that they were going to shorten down the time to maybe a period of about 3 months before any next big updates. But it looks like that may not be the case, and this isn't confirmed yet, but a lot of sources have been saying that the wait between Season 2 and Season 3 may not be the 3 months that we were all anticipating, but may indeed be another 6 months. What does that mean exactly? Well, they are releasing campaign co-op during Season 2, and if they're trying to pass that off as one of the big updates that is happening during this upcoming season, it feels kind of pointless, because it's something we thought we were already going to get at the beginning of Season 2 anyways. Now, I hope that's not what they mean, but that also means that we have to wait another few months for Forge mode if that is dropping with Season 3. I really hope to God that it isn't another 6 months, but even if it is, a lot of sources have been saying that the amount of content that will release during Season 2 is going to be enough so that it doesn't feel as brutal and unrelenting and dry as Season 1 did. I would be willing to bet a lot of the content that they're talking about in reference to this are just going to be game modes, either returning ones from Infinite or even brand new ones. So Attrition is supposed to make its way back during Season 2, as well as King of the Hill, and a brand new weird game mode called Land Grab. Now, a lot of you guys are probably wondering what this is. We actually have a leaked screenshot of this game mode as well. I'll let you guys take a look at this. It looks fairly interesting, and I think the way it works is going to be, if you've ever played Splatoon, where the goal is to claim as much territory territory as possible, I believe that's going to be the case. Now, this might be like a multi-team thing instead of, one team against another. This could be like 3 or 4. I'm not entirely sure. This mode sounds like it could be a lot of fun. However, I don't know if it's going to play super well in Halo Infinite's current maps, or they're going to have some maps that are specifically tailored to play land grab. Speaking of maps, according to some leakers, there's also a possibility that we see a few maps either remade or reworked somehow to be added in Infinite. Now, they're not going to be like one-to-one recreations because they wouldn't fit necessarily with Infinite systems as well. So they're going to, I guess, just slightly reimagine these maps, but I don't know if these are going to be even made for sure, or if they're even going to be released in Season 2. But it's entirely possible that we see a map like that that's sort of made for this land grab mode. Either way, this is probably one of the things that I'm most interested in for this upcoming season. I just want to see what it is. I mean, obviously, this is just an educated guess that I have, but I really don't know at the end of the day. Now, I will say they are making some significant changes to Battle Pass progression, the shop, and even customization and what armor pieces you can basically apply with one another. They're making that a lot more individual, so you can select armor pieces that aren't necessarily part of the same set. Now, that's cool and all, and also the fact that you can now earn credits through the Battle Pass, which is something that Season 1 was sorely missing, is obviously a good addition. But I'm just going to say it kind of feels like they're more or less focusing on shop progression and customization more than anything else. That's what it seems like a bulk of the content, or I'm putting that in quotes when I say content. It's like these customization and shop updates are very much appreciated, don't get me wrong, but it's like, okay, 2 new maps, maybe 3 or 4, depending on if the leaks are true and we get those during Season 2. Campaign co-op will be coming some point mid-season, and that's great as well. It's much needed in Infinite, and of course we have Forge mode to look forward to for Season 3, but when it comes to like new guns or equipment, it's like, where are these things at all? Where's the actual content that enhances or changes up the core gameplay of Infinite? We haven't seen like a single new gun since launch, and it's gonna be Season 2, and there's really no word of anything being added, or even just gear to use in game, or vehicles for that matter. It's like the stuff that will bring players back who have since stopped are things like new maps, game modes, and weapons, vehicles, all that kind of stuff, which, again, don't get me wrong, they are adding a pretty decent amount of in Season 2, but the things that the emphasis seems to be mostly on progression stuff, and that's fine, but I feel like really the people that care about progression stuff the most are people that are already playing the game, or are already going to be playing it for the entirety of the season. It doesn't seem like any effort is being put towards bringing back players that have maybe stopped for whatever reason. They just seem to be dancing around the issue of a lack of content, so to speak, and again, a lot of the Season 2 has potential. Don't get me wrong, I don't want to get my words twisted. There are a ton of things to be grateful for in regards to Season 2, but was that really worth the 6 months that we had to wait for it? And additionally, are we supposed to wait another 6 months for anything even remotely the same substance with Forge mode and whatever they're going to be releasing in Season 3? Perhaps by Season 3 or 4, the game will have its act together, but by that point, it's like already a year, maybe plus, into the game's life cycle, and most people have probably stopped playing by then. I'm just going to say it, they really need to nail it with Season 2 in order to restore a lot of the reputation and morale surrounding the game, and, to appease the community to some extent. You know what I think they should have done, now that I think about it? If it were technologically possible to put all their efforts primarily towards Forge mode, they should have released Forge mode in Season 2. That would have been the big thing to bring everybody back, and once, Season 2 has a phenomenal start, players are more likely to stick around than they are to wait longer in their game, for Season 3, when they may or may not even still be interested in. Basically, they have to come out the gate swinging with each new season, and if they don't, people just aren't going to care very much. Like I said, the whole idea that the rumor we have to wait another 6 months for Season 3 and subsequently Forge mode, that is still an unconfirmed rumor at the moment, but it would be quite unfortunate if we don't get Forge mode until a year after Infinite's release. I really hope to God that's not the case, and I hope they nail it with Season 2. Like, I was playing devil's advocate a little bit in this video, but I genuinely want them to smash it with this update, and I guess, given what we know, it's in a pretty good position to be able to do so. They just got to really nail the execution on it. So let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. That's pretty much it for today. Do you think that Halo Infinite Season 2 is going to revive the game or bring back a lot of players? I would love to know your guys' perspective and opinions down below. If you guys have stopped playing the game for whatever reason, let me know why and what would bring you back. Anyways, thank you all for watching. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next stream or the next video. Take it easy and peace out.